أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن عليا ولي الله وصير رسول الله وخليفته بلا فصل أشهد أن عليا حجة الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير العمل حي على خير العمل الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم اجعل قلبي بارا ومشارا واشرا ورزق دارا والعادي واجعلني إنك محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم مستقرا وقرارا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي كان موجودا قبل حدوث الأشياء ويبقى بعد فناء الأشياء. تفرد بالأولية والقدم ووسم كل شيء ما عداه بالفناء والعدم، كما قال عز شأنه: كل شيء هالك إلا وجهه وكل نفس ذائقة الموت، وقال كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام. والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنام سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين، واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله في كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم: الذين ينقضون عهد الله من بعد ميثاقه ويقطعون ما أمر الله به أن يوصل ويفسدون في الأرض. الصلوات. So we have discussed a very important dua from Sahifa Kamila of Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam before Muharram, and after a long time we are going to continue the same dua, because as you know that this dua, as it is evident from its name, Makarimul Akhlaq. So the manners and the true Islamic manners, actually human manners, that has been mentioned in every single sentence of this dua in the form of supplication. They are not statements. It's not like hadith or any riwayat, but it is supplication. Means an abd is contacting his Lord, his Rabb. So this way we are learning in a very unique way from supplications, from du'as. Originally you are asking Allah something, but it is improving our knowledge and improving our akhlaq, improving our behavior, improving our iman. In every single sentence that we're asking, oh Allah, give me this. So this is not just a material thing that we're asking Allah. So In this dua, what is special, just to remind you, and I have mentioned that many times, and you should be reading it, mashallah, and noticing that it has almost more than 300 sentences. And it has many paragraphs. Each paragraph starts with salawat on Muhammad wa ali Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam. Like he says, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa abdilni min baghdati ahli al-nifaq, ahli al-shiqaq, al-mahabba. Then he ends that and starts a new paragraph with again, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, and oh Allah, bless Muhammad wa ali Muhammad and give me this. Maybe to remind us that any supplication that you, in which you address Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directly, you should keep in mind that without the wasila, the mediation of Ahlul Bayt alayhimu salatu wassalam, your dua is not accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some people argue that, but we have so many evidence and so many logical arguments from Quran to prove this point of view. I don't want to enter into those details because I want to just pursue where we left before Muharram. But since I had mentioned this, very quickly, to give a very simple example of that. In your own Salaat, when you offer your Salaat. And the surah that you read the most, at least 10 times a day, every Muslim reads that surah, wajib on him. There's no choice. By choice, you might be reading this maybe 100 times. But as an obligation, you read this surah 10 times a day. And it is Surah Al-Hamd. What is saying in this Surah Al-Hamd? إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. Allah, we worship you only. Only. And we ask help from you only. Where the word only coming from? It says إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ. 2 words. So where did you find the word only in Arabic? It is because of regularly it should be na'buduka. The Arabic sentence structure is that verb, subject, object. Na'buduka. Oh Allah, we worship you. This is we worship you. Worship, we, you. So this is the structure. But when you bring the object maf'ul before fi'l and fa'il, it makes the meaning of only. It can find that into a specific point of view. And it is إِيَّاكَ. So the ka is before na'budu, which means we worship you only. If he had said na'buduka, so it could be we worship you, and na'udhu billah maybe somebody else. But we worship you only, we ask help from you only. After saying this, what do you say? اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. Oh Allah, keep us on the right path. When you say keep us on the right path, asking whom? Allah. You just said, oh Allah, we ask from you only. We don't ask from anybody else. Ask you. That's why we're asking him for the best thing ever we can receive from Allah, and it is hidayat. There is no ni'mat more than guidance that you receive from Allah. Everything we have around us, everything is a bounty of God. Every single thing. Whatever. And in ta'uddu ni'matallahi la tuhsuha, if you want to even count Allah's bounties, we cannot be able to do that. But all those bounties are good bounties. The best bounty is guidance of Allah. So I'm asking Allah for His guidance. Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. So the surah is supposed to stop here and finish here. Because I asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even before this, because I have mentioned that earlier somewhere, originally it should start, stop on Iyyaka na'budu. See, these are very delicate points of tafsir. It should stop, the surah supposed to be finished on Iyyaka na'budu. Oh Allah, we worship you only. And it should give all the meaning that you are explaining later on. وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينَ اهْدِنَا الصِّرَاطَ الْمُسْتَقِيمَ صِرَاطَ الَّذِينَ. Everything is in إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ. Why? Why, tell me? Because when you read in Surah Yasin, what do you say? أَلَمْ أَحَدْ إِلَكُمْ يَا بَنِي آدَمَ أَنْ لَا تَعْبُدُ الشَّيْطَانِ إِنَّهُ لَكُمْ عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ وَأَنِ اعْبُدُونِي. أَعْبُدُونِي. Worship me. Do ibadat to me only. هذا صراط المستقيم. When you do ibadat to me only, this is صراط المستقيم. When it is صراط المستقيم to worship Allah only, so what are you saying? إياك نعبد. Oh Allah, we worship you only. What does this mean? It means you are saying, oh Allah, we are on صراط المستقيم. Is it clear? Read it again. See in Surah Yasin, and there are other ayat, but I'm just giving you a reference which is very easy to go and find out in Surah Yasin. وَأَنِ اعْبُدُونِي هَذَا صِرَاطٌ مُسْتَقِيمٌ. You worship me, worshipping me is صِرَاطٌ الْمُسْتَقِيمٌ. So when worshipping Allah is صِرَاطٌ الْمُسْتَقِيمٌ, and now you're saying إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ, Allah, we worship you. So you're saying, oh Allah, we are on Surat al-Mustaqim already. Then why are you asking again? Why are you saying, Ahdina Surat al-Mustaqim? You're asking something that you have it already. It's called Tahsil Hasil in Arabic. It means something that you have and you are asking for no reason. If I ask you, sit down, you are sitting down already. Why should I ask you to sit down? You're sitting. So I'm asking something that is there already. The same thing here. Iyyaka na'budu. When I said Iyyaka na'budu, it means I am on Surat al-Mustaqim according to Quran itself. But Allah wants to tell us every day 10 times in front of me, you have to ask me for Surat al-Mustaqim and say this. Which Surat al-Mustaqim? Surat al-Ladina an'amta alayhim. Now, when you worship Allah only, that should no name should come with Him. No other person or people should come in your mind while you're worshipping Allah. But Allah said, no. Say this. صِرَاطَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ. There are people. There are some people that you have to mention with my ibadat. And they are أَنْعَمْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ. Is not enough message for people to understand that without an'amta alayhim, these very special people, you cannot even do Allah's ibadat? And when you said Ahdina as-sirat al-mustaqim, oh Allah, just keep us on right path. After saying Iyyaka na'budu, you don't need to say Ahdina as-sirat al-mustaqim, but Allah says no, say it. So that you understand. So you understand. You don't misunderstand the real concept of Tawheed. Say it. Ahdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. We said it. It's enough to say that. But Allah said, no. Explain more. Go ahead. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم. So every day a Muslim is being reminded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah's worship is not complete. You are not Allah's worshipper. You're not abid. You're not doing ibadat. You're not worshipping until you mention Allah's special and chosen people. And they are an'amta alayhim. They are no one but Ahlul Bayt alayhim salatu wasalam. And this is what Imam Zainul Abidin in his supplication, in his supplications emphasizes on salawat every time. Although he just see Allahumma, Allahumma, Allahumma. Even salawat, it starts with Allahumma. Oh Allah, you do it. So originally the dua is to Allah, asking from Allah. Allah will give. Allah is the source of all ni'mat. Allah is the source of every grace and goodness in this world. But never forget an'amta alayhim. Never forget Ahlul Bayt. Never forget Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. So this way he started this passage that where we left, just to remind you. Inshallah, we'll continue from this point. So we don't need to repeat what we have discussed already. In this passage, it's talking about a relationship. A relationship between us and our relatives, between us and our closest people, between us and overall mu'mineen and believers. So let me read this page. It says, Allahumma abdilni. See, he starts with abdilni, and then you can just elaborate that in-depth meaning of these sentences. Oh Allah, replace, abdil means replace me min bighdati ahli shana'an al-mahabba. Replace the hatred of people of hatred, people of animosity, shana'an al-mahabba. The people of, subhanallah. We have discussed that. I'm not going to go into details. I'm just quickly going through the whole passage. Ahli shana'an, the people whose nature is to hate people. There are some people who hate you for no reason. There are people who give you hard time for no reason. Why? Because this is their second nature, to hurt people's feelings, to give hard time to people, to be mean and harsh with others. This is how they do. So they are Ahlul Shana'an. How to deal with such people? Imam is saying, I'm asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to change their mind, to change their heart, and put in their heart the love, my love, instead of my hatred. Change it. وَمِنْ حَسَدِ أَهْلِ الْبَغِي الْمَوَدَّةِ. And from the hasad, jealousy, envy of Ahlul Baghi, the people who are zalim, unjust people. Always hasad is cause of injustice. A person who is not fair, he keeps doing hasad. And it is very hard to control hasad. It's one of the hardest things that you have to fight against your nafs is hasad. Jealousy. When you see somebody who is same your age, had same opportunities, almost everything same, but he is ahead of you. He is doing better than you. When you see him, something comes in your mind and heart, you say, why he has this much? Why? And Whenever you hear anything bad about him, you get happy, even though if you don't express that happiness, but you have something in your heart that makes you happy. Why? Because he got hurt. Some harm caused him. So, what you do? Get happy. This is hasad. It's very hard to control it, right? And always hasad is among people of same profession, most of the time. So, same profession, same situation, same environment. You do hasad. So Imam is saying the hasad cannot be removed. And this is a new point just came in my mind. I didn't mention it last time. I remember. See, when he is replacing, he is asking Allah to replace one thing, remove one thing, and bring another thing in its place. So what he's saying, hasad. What is the opposite of hasad? What Imam is asking Allah to replace hasad with? With what? It should be hard for everybody to bring something, an equality that can be opposite of hasad. But Imam is mentioning that. The word is mawaddah. Intense love. It's called mawaddah. If you have mawaddah with someone, you will never have any kind of jealousy with him, any envy. Nothing wrong will come in your mind about him because you have mawaddat about him. Just like you have mawaddat with your kids, let's say, your children. If your child is in your same position, same profession, same thing, same business, and he goes ahead of you, will you be jealous of him? You will be happy. Talk to anybody. Talk to anybody, any father. Even if you talk to a brother and tell him, oh, your brother is better than you, he might be jealous of him. He will not like your comments. But if you say, oh, your son is better than you, you're going to be happy. Talk to a doctor. Oh, your son is better than you in your profession. He is smarter than you. He is better alim than you. He is better speaker than you. He is better. In anything, the father will be happy. He will not mind that. Why? Because of mawaddat. So jealousy cannot come. So mawaddat and jealousy both together cannot be in one place. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks us to have mawaddat with Ahlul Bayt. Because anybody who has done anything wrong to them, to Ahlul Bayt, or who have any kind of enmity or disrespect for Ahlul Bayt in his mind, there is no reason at all except one, and it is hasad. Tell me one single reason why people hated Imam Ali. What is the reason? Imam Hussain, Imam Hassan, all those. Hasad. So Allah asks us to do mawaddat with them. So in this mawaddat, see, one more thing is coming here. So salawat from Muhammad wa alihi. When you see something is called love, and worldly love. When you love someone, so the one who is your beloved one, you want to be only lover of him or her. If somebody else says, I also love him, you might get jealous. Why he loves him? But the love of Ahlul Bayt, when you hear that somebody else is also a lover of Ahlul Bayt, you get happy. You love that everybody in the world should be among the lovers of Ahlul Bayt. Why? Because this love is not material love in which you get jealous from other lover. But in this love, because this is based on mawaddat, so you get happy. So see, words are very important when you read Quran, read dua, the words that have been used in Quran or in a hadith of Ma'sumin or in supplications are important. So, min حسد أهل البغي المودة. Allah removed the hasad, bring the love in his heart. See the relationship? How beautiful is that? ومن ضمنة أهل الصلاح الثقة. And oh Allah, replace the misunderstanding of good people that they have in their heart about me or in their mind about myself. Change it into thiqah, trust. Let them trust me. Sometimes you see somebody, you doubt his credibility. You say, I don't know, should I trust him? Should I? So you have some maybe misunderstanding about him. Dhinna means some assumptions that you might create in your mind about someone. It's called. So you see somebody, you have, mashallah, a big community, but you don't trust everybody in the same level. There are different levels of trust that you have with your friends and the circle of your friends, right? Even in the family. But Imam is talking about Ahl Salah. Allah is saying, He's saying, oh Allah, let the good people. See, I should not care about other people who are not good themselves, that what they are thinking about me. Let them think whatever they think. It's not my job every time. I have a lot of things to do. I cannot sit and just, evaluate that who is saying what to me, right? But there are some good people, mashallah. See, the people who are sitting here, I should care about who among these people is thinking what about me. I should make sure that everybody has a positive thinking about me. He should not have any kind of misunderstanding about me. I should make sure about that. So this is what Imam is asking, Ahl Salah, not other people, not Ahl Fisq, Fujur. They are sinners. They don't like me, of course. They will not like you to come and offer your prayer. They say, what are you doing? Wasting your time. So you don't have to care about such people who have no value for goodness in their mind. When they have no value for goodness, why they should have value for you? But no, the people who are good themselves, they are mu'min, Ahlus Salah. Oh Allah, I want those people to have good thought about me. That's why there is a dua, Allahumma ij'alni mahbooban fi qulubil mu'mineen. You should always ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, make me beloved of mu'mineen. Put my love in the hearts of mu'mineen. Inshallah, we'll continue. So here we actually, 2 more sentences we left. I will leave it for next time. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. إن أحسن الحديث وأبلغ الموعظة كتاب الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد. وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين. So we also were talking about Al-Baqi in our second khutbah for 3 or 4 minutes. One fact every time. So there are hundreds of facts that we should know about Jannatul Baqi, one of the greatest graveyards of Islamic history, which is in Medina, and a cemetery that holds great significance for Muslims, being the resting place of very important Islamic personalities, and especially Ahlul Bayt. Ahlul Bayt, the household of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Many companions of Rasulullah, his wives, his relatives, but most importantly, those 4 imams who are the most important people who are buried there. Not for us only, for Muslims, they are most important people. And not just for Muslims, they are very important for overall the entire human community. I mentioned about Imam Hassan alayhi salam, and I mentioned about Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam already in our previous khutbah, so I'm not going to repeat those. One of those great personalities who are buried there is Imam Muhammad Baqir alayhi salam. See, this is one of our responsibilities. Our responsibility is not just to do the protest for Baqi. This is not enough. This is one of 20 things that we should do about Baqi. That's why we need more people to get involved. Baqi is a movement, and it is one of our responsibilities in this time. I have mentioned many times, and you remember it, that this happened in our age, in our era, in our time. Allah is not going to ask the people who passed away 200 years ago anything about Baqi. No, they are not responsible, not at all. But He is going to ask us, what did you do? This dhulm happened on Ahlul Bayt in your time. We cannot say, I could not go there, what could I do, how could not stop them? No. Whatever you can do. Whatever, wherever you are and whatever you can do, we should do. One of those things that we can do is this. See, this 5th Imam, all those Imam, but today I'm talking about 5th Imam, for example. What is his contribution to the humanity overall? We can share it with people around the world. All people, tell them, see, you're talking about knowledge today, you're talking about peace today, you're talking about justice today, you're talking about tolerance today, you're talking about love and harmony or peace among people today. These are the leaders of humanity. They are the best examples of those good qualities that we need and the humanity need today. Science, technology, it started from him, from Imam Baqir, then Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam. So now, of course, this is for 3 or 4 minutes. I cannot explain everything what he has done, but his name is evident. Baqirul Ulum. Ulum is the plural of ilm. Ilm means science. Splitter of sciences. Split means, today we use the word discovering something. So all those discoveries happened from his time. started from his time. And there are evidences in the history. His thousands of students, how they spread the knowledge around the world, and today the knowledge human being has, it goes back to him, and the credit goes to him. Or at least we can say that one of those great personalities of human history that should receive the credit for today's human advancement and progress is Imam Muhammad Baqir alayhi salam. So we should focus on that. This is also one of the things that we can do for Baqi. Not just protest. Protest is one thing, yes, but more than protest. So anybody who can contribute in any part of those so many projects about Baqi, they should come forward and do it, inshallah. اللهم وصل على أمير المؤمنين مولانا علي بن أبي طالب وعلى سيدة نساء العالمين فاطمة بنت رسول الله وعلى الحسن المجتبى والحسين الشهيد بكربلاء وعلي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي العسكري. اللهم صل على مولانا صاحب الزمان ماحي آثار البدع والطغيان هادم أبنية الشرك والنفاق حاصل فروع الغي والشقاق. اللهم عجل فرجه وسهل مخرجه واكحل ناظرنا بنظرة منا إليه واجعلنا ممن يذكر فتنفعه الذكرى. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون.